When people ask you, I guess, who you are, what do you do? What's your usual response?
I tell them I'm an entrepreneur trapped in an optometrist body. I grew up here in Tulsa, large family, not a lot of money. Started working when I was 13. I used to work at a Mexican restaurant. My first job was a daytime dishwasher. I'd get on my skateboard and ride up there in the summertime. And I prided myself in being a good dishwasher. And then I remember I made $1.80 an hour. And my manager called me into his office and said, "Robert, you're doing so good. I want to give you a 10-cent raise." I was so happy. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome. Thank you." I thanked him so much. He goes, okay. I'll give you $2 and I'll get out of my office. And then I went to a busboy. So anyway, you start there, and I've just been working all my life. And like they say, the harder I work, the luckier I get, So, but that's kind of led to me being an entrepreneur, as I said, has led to me to, doing a lot of different things. And I'm sure we're going to try to get to some of those on the podcast today. So
no doubt. So starting out then, you're born and raised in Tulsa. You said big family as well?
Yeah, I wasn't born here, but I was raised here. We moved here when I was 3 or 4, somewhere in there. But I was actually born in Dallas, and then we kind of moved up to I-44 and ended up here.
All right.
Big family. I'm the second of 7, 6 boys and 1 girl. Mm-hmm. And most of us are still in Tulsa.
Yeah.
One's in California, one's in New York, but there's 5 boys that are here in Tulsa.
Okay. So where's the family name come from? The heritage of the family name?
Zoellner is a German name, and it actually, if you like a lot of names, old Europe names, that actually designated what you did. Right. And I looked it up, and a Zoellner, as I call them, of course we pronounce it Zoellner, like the O's not there, was actually a tax collector outside of cities. And so you bring in your goods to sell in the city, and they'd look through your cart, your buggy, and they would tax you as you went in. So I come from a long line of tax collectors, I guess you could say. So
some people might say that not the very popular people, right? But back in the day, people collected taxes.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we've changed that narrative a little bit, hopefully.
100%, no doubt. So growing up then, also you go from washing dishes and in a little bit more money. Were you an entrepreneur at heart from a young age?
Absolutely. Yeah, I got to tell a story on myself. There was the time when Jerry Lewis would do these telethons. Mm-hmm. And the telethons were all about raising money for multiple dystrophy. Mm-hmm. And he would say, "Hey, all you young kids out there, we can send you ideas of how you can raise money and send to the Jerry Lewis telethon." Mm-hmm. And so we're listening, and he said, and one of these ideas is you can do a little carnival at your house, and you can do X, Y, Z. And boy, that just went right into my head. I thought, So we did a carnival at our house. We didn't get their package from them, but we just set up little rides, wagon rides, and I have to admit we had an old rabbit hutch in the backyard. We were kind of animal kind of guys, and I had a cat in there, and I would charge kids 10 cents to look at this wild cat. Can't make this story up. So this young boy from a couple of streets down, he's in my backyard and pays us 10 cents, and and I'm step up here and look at this wild cat, and the cat was just trying to get out of the cage. I mean, the cat was just someone's domesticated, cat, and so it's about the kid trying to just wants out, and the kid looks at it and goes, Hey, wait a second, that looks a lot. Because that looks a lot like my cat. I just found a cat and put it in the cage. Yeah. I'm like, no, it can't be. Step back. It's a wild cat. Anyway, when the fair was over, I let it out. It ran home, I'm sure. But we did that, and I have to admit that we felt like we were needy also, so we chose our purpose or our destiny instead of sending it to Jerry Lewis, we kept the proceeds. So that entrepreneur spirit was there, from the get-go. And it was always, whenever I would look at, it was kind of funny, whenever I'd look at a commercial, I would think to myself, does that make me want to buy that, even though I may not be in the market for that? Try to take something good out of that. Sometimes a commercial is so bad, you look at it and you go, why did they do that? I mean, it almost makes me not want to call them. Did I have any sense of urgency to act on that commercial? Or whenever I'd see a billboard or anything, I was just always kind of a curious minded. I think a lot of entrepreneurs out there, if you're an entrepreneur, you better be curious. Because I think curiosity is one of the things that helps build your ideas. Mm-hmm.